Nothing compares to coming home after a long day of work, grabbing a cold one, and booting up your video game platform of choice. Until your teammate starts cursing you out for no good reason, of course.
Jim, are you using the MP40 or the 44?
Sniper rifle?
Snipe what? Jim,
Are you playing for the other team?
You don't snipe in Carrington.
Do you have a friend or loved one that suffers from being a total jerk and a half? Well, he or she might just be a toxic gamer. And if you find yourself regularly fragging your teammates for a laugh, or busting out the old tea set every now and again, then guess what? You might be one too. You're a fanboy. Let's face it, the internet is lousy with fanboys and fangirls. From your garden variety anime otaku to your Whovian extraordinaire, if it exists, chances are it has a dedicated fandom somewhere out in the interwebs. Still, there's nothing inherently wrong with fanboyism. That is, until you apply it to video games. In the gaming world, a fanboy is almost like a soldier who's been enlisted by their favorite console to go to war. And every platform has its own brand of fanboy who champions their favorite brand above all others. It's all part of a nonsensical war between gamers, and none of it is constructive. The truth is, if you write all other platforms off, you're missing a lot of great games, and you're helping further the narrative that gamers are immature. It's a really ugly look, you guys.
The conclusion is that, you're ugly.
Shoot.
You talk down to teammates. There are a lot of gamers who look back fondly on the birth of Xbox Live's voice chat feature.
Dude, they can hear me, and I can hear them.
Grasshopper's got his Xbox communicator, and so does Roadhog and Oilslick. And anyone else who's playing can use one too.
Fast forward to the present day, and you might be wondering why players don't speak up in games anymore. Well, the answer's simple. Voice chat has become toxic, and people who talk down to their teammates are a big part of the problem. This is most prominent in competitive games like Overwatch. It's not uncommon for teammates to get on one another's case about the characters they choose, their playstyle, or both. Those who just want to play and have fun will inevitably mute chat and opt out of using a headset altogether, and we can't blame them. There's a reason we play video games, and it's not so we can experience boot camp without leaving the sanctity of our living rooms. Oh well. At least gamers don't talk like those guys in cringy scripted multiplayer demos.
Oh, there are a lot of scars down there. Oh, the scars have a heavy.
Time to use that mortar.
You rage quit on the reg. In most video games, quitting isn't that big a deal. In a Madden game, for instance, you're typically playing a one-on-one matchup and your opponent quitting nets you the win you were probably going to get anyway. Where quitting becomes a problem is in games with many players, where the loss of a teammate or opponent can make the rest of the game, or even getting into a new game, a torturous affair. In games with 4-on-4 multiplayer like Destiny 2, having a teammate drop out of a game you're losing makes snagging a comeback an even steeper uphill climb. Or take, for instance, Friday the 13th. Everyone wants to play as Jason. Unfortunately, there can only be one. This leads to players backing out of games until they can play as the villain, slowing the matchmaking process down for everyone else. Have some honor. If you start a game, finish it. If not for yourself, then for other players rounding out your experience. You're a griefer. According to the Oxford Dictionary, which does indeed have a definition for this, a griefer is a person who harasses or deliberately provokes other players or members in order to spoil their enjoyment. These are players who enter into online play not to accomplish anything substantial, but instead to get on the nerves of those who have logged on to have fun. If you've ever wound up with a griefer in your game, you're well aware of what these people are out to do. They're the players in Elite Dangerous who worked to interfere with the final space voyage of the terminally ill cancer patient, or invaded the Minecraft server of a 9-year-old kid. When it comes to toxic gamers, griefers are the worst of the worst. If you derive your happiness by making other players miserable, you're one of them. And you're objectively a bad person. Shame on you. We award you no points.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
You file false reports. Being good at a video game is a double-edged sword. With victory comes undeniable glory, but some people are just sore losers and they won't hesitate to accuse you of cheating or even report you for your alleged shenanigans.
But I didn't do anything! I didn't do anything!
The kicker? There's nothing you can do about it, even if you're totally innocent on all counts. Xbox Live in particular is ripe for abuse on this front. And the worst part is that some games herd players with multiple reports together. Think of it as a bad place for bad players to do bad things to one another. This makes it harder for you to matchmake, all because you were better at a video game than someone else. If you've ever reported someone for cheating just because you lost, you're only adding to the toxic environment so prevalent in games today. Please stop. You harass developers. Spewing an endless barrage of obscenities at your teammates is one thing. Taking out your pent-up juvenile rage on the devs who put their blood, sweat, and tears into making the games you love is a whole nother. It's not constructive criticism, it's bullying, regardless of any good intentions.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Look, we get it. Gamers are a passionate bunch, and they've never exactly shied away from voicing their opinions, especially when that good old-fashioned mob mentality sets in. But trolling creators for literally no good reason, rallying the troops to wreak havoc across social media platforms, and even barraging developers with death threats is no way to get a point across. In the end, all it does is ruin everybody's day and make gamers look like mindless jerks. So, thanks for that.